Hello friends. So today we will be starting off with our object-oriented programming and we'll be doing this course with Java. So since this is our first session, so we will learn how to install Java in our systems, right? So before we install, we need to check if Java is already pre-installed in our system or we have already installed Java sometime before in our system. Okay, for that, let's try opening the terminal, right? So when we open the terminal, we will just check Java dash version, right? We have given Java space dash version. So on pressing enter, we will find that Java is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program or batch file, which means that Java is not installed in our system, right? So in order to install this, let us open the Google Chrome and we will type Java JDK download here. Okay, so when we type Java JDK download, the first link, which is from oracle.com, is listed here. So we will click onto this link and we will find that we have arrived at the the home page of Oracle, which shows the latest version of Java, which is Java SE 16. So you can also install the previous versions of Java, but since we generally work with the updated version, so we will be installing Java 16 in our machines. Okay, so here in this panel you will see JDK download. So we will click onto this part, JDK download, and it will be linking us to some of the downloadable files which is already there. So on scrolling them, we will find that there are two different packages here. So here we will basically download the Java with Java installer, Windows 64 installer with the exe extension. So on clicking this, there will be another pop-up which will ask us for the check that if I have reviewed and accepted the Oracle Technology Network License Agreement. So I will simply check onto this checkbox and go on with downloading this particular software. So it will take around a few minutes to be downloaded since it's a huge file, and basically it takes around 3 to 4 minutes. So we have to wait until then, right? So once it is done, we can simply proceed it. Now, while it is getting downloaded, I would like to discuss a few points with you all, which is you have to be very careful in choosing the right version of the software, okay, while doing any kind of programming or any kind of what do you call that, when you're learning any type of languages, because some of the versions are not supported in different machines. Now this version, and today that we are seeing the installation, this is exclusively for Windows 10, okay, and also it works for Windows 8. However, for Windows 7 and the earlier versions as well as Mac operating systems, you definitely have to go forward with the other versions of the software, okay, or maybe you might be using Linux or Ubuntu also. So all this needs to be checked before you are actually downloading it, because when we are down, if you are using a Mac OS and you are using Windows 64 installer exe, so at that point of time it will not work. So that means you need to choose the correct package for your machines. Also, you have to be very careful in choosing which particular website to download your softwares or download your packages, because not all the websites, they have genuine packages or genuine softwares which will be of your use. You might end up into various phishing kind of activities where all your details may be stolen, and people might take it will be a disadvantage for you all. So it is highly recommended that you follow the proper set of procedures which are involved in installation, downloading basically, and later on with the installation of the files. So our software is almost downloaded, and we can now simply minimize this window. Okay, we'll simply minimize this window and we'll go to downloads, or let's say I'll just open from my Chrome itself. Okay, so when I'm opening it from my Chrome, I'll just close this dialog box. Okay, so here it says that, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? If you look in your download folder, you will also see this. So let me go to my download folder. So let me go to my downloads folder, and here you will see that there is an application which has already been downloaded. Okay, and this is saying as JDK 16.0.2. Okay, so this is the version of software that we have already downloaded. Now we will click onto this, and we are redirected to a different pop-up which says that, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? So once we get this pop-up, we will simply click on to yes. Other tabs, I think we can minimize. Okay. So welcome to the installation wizard for Java SE Development Kit 16.0.2. So we'll click on to next, again next. And now the installation will begin, and once it is ended, it will give us another pop-up saying that our installation is complete. Okay, so it has been successfully installed. So let's move to the next step. This is not really important because it will just show you what is the what are the next possible, what is the API, or what are the different things associated with your software. So we'll simply click close. Now the next important thing, we have now successfully downloaded Java. The next important thing is that we have to set the environment variable. Okay, and for that, please open the start menu, click on to the settings. On clicking onto the settings, you will find a search bar where it is saying that you have to find a setting, and here please type env. So when you are typing env and pressing enter, you will find there are two search results. One is edit environment variables for your account, and the other one is edit the system environment variables. So we'll click on to edit system environment variables, and there is another pop-up which shows that there are some boxes which are shown here as settings, and then we'll find environment variables here. We'll just click onto environment variable. Once we click onto the environment variable, we will find that there is a block which says that system variables, and here a lot of specification is given, but we will be primarily concerned with this path. So let us click on to this path, and we will go to edit. On going to edit, we can edit the environment variable here. So we will simply go to the edit text. So when we are typing edit text, some of you might get this system properties dialog box, or some of you might not. So whoever will get it, you just click on to this OK, so that we get this particular system variable where it is saying variable name, that is path, and variable value. Okay, so here in variable value that is highlighted in blue, we have to basically paste the path of the Java bin. Okay, so for that, let us go to Okay, what I'll do is I'll go from here so that it becomes easier for me. So in local drive disk C, there is the program files. Here I have Java, JDK 16.0.2, and then I have the bin. So what I'll do is I'll copy this path from this particular block, and then here what I can do is I will simply edit this part with the bin portion. Okay, with the bin. All right, so now you can simply click on to OK. Okay, and after that our path is set now. So we'll click on to OK again. Okay, so now the Java path is already set. Okay, environment variable is already set. Now for the next part we have to set the Java home. Okay, Java home is another variable that we have to set, another environment variable that we have to set, so that our program can be compiled from any directory, right? So we will be opening the environment variable tab once again, and we will click on to new. So here in new we have to be sure about what we will write in the variable name. So I'll use all caps to write Java home environment. Okay, so this is the name of the variable, and once I have written the variable name as Java home environment variable, now I have to give the value also. Now here value, in the value field I have to explicitly mention the path up to JDK 16.0.2. That means I have to exclude this bin part. So what I'll do is I'll just move one directory back so that I get the exact path, and I will copy this and simply set the variable value of the variable here. Okay, so when I'm doing this, when I'm having this variable name, the variable value I have pasted it as the path of the bin, but excluding the bin. So this is the value, right? So I'll click as OK, and after that again as OK, right? So all OK. Now I'll simply close all of them so that I can check if Java is properly installed. So what I'll do is I'll open another command prompt, another terminal, and we'll use the same command which we used to check whether the version, Java is installed or not. So if you see that if you see this particular dialog box, or if you see this command prompt, you will see that Java is successfully installed in this particular machine, and the version is 16.0.2. So, and when it is installed, it is on 27/2021. this version it was downloaded and it is installed here, and we have also the runtime variable, runtime environment set for 64-bit server. So this is how you will install Java in your machines. Okay, in my next video we will check how we can test a particular program, or we can run and compile and run a particular program in Java. Okay, so let us wait for our next session on this particular topic. Thank you.